Hi, today's story is about coming out. Um, a lot of stages in coming out. You learn as a gay person, certainly, and certainly in other minority statuses that may or may not be obvious to other people. But coming out first to myself involved going to therapy because I was unhappy, feeling like I was missing out in life. Um, and when I finally lost my virginity, then it all became clear. And that's when I came out to myself and I'm gay. That makes sense. Why I'd been having all these uh, fantasies about men for years. And so then, next step was I decided I was going to come out to my family when I was in a committed relationship, and I was getting ready to move in with my lover Carl back in 1986, I think, in San Francisco. And I sent a letter to my mom and dad, along with some books, to tell them about what it was like being a parent of a gay child. And I sent letters to my both my sisters as well. I came out to them. And my younger sister had known gay people, and so she was very accepting and supportive immediately. Older sister was okay with it, but just worried that my timing was bad because my mom was not taking it very well. Indeed, my father took 2 months to respond, and then he said he still loved me and that he really still cared about me. And then my mother took almost 7 or 8 months to respond, and she felt like she was getting a lot of shame about me being gay because she felt like she should have done something to keep me from being gay. And it was her responsibility. She had failed in some way. She told me, for instance, that she had been thought about sending me to a therapist when the kindergarten teacher had told her that I wasn't socializing like the other boys. I was hanging out with the girls too much and doing girl things. She decided not to, and I said, "Mom, that's great. Glad you didn't send me to a therapist because that would have been more traumatic." Then the next stage was coming out to my grandparents. My lover Carl came to the first Christmas we spent together at my grandparents' house. And my grandmother, when she had all her grandkids together in the first photo, and then she wanted all the spouses to go in, she insisted that Carl come in as well, which was a nice gesture on her part. Grandfather, on the other hand, was a little bit sad because he felt like my choice was a bad one, that I had chosen to miss out on a lot of what life had to offer, marriage and children and all of that. So then there were all sorts of other points where I had to come out, and I had to come out to employers and to friends, to audiences that I spoke to, and always gets easier as time goes on to let people know what your your sexual preference is. It's a fairly weird sort of process to identify what you do in the bedroom, but sometimes it's necessary. And then, of course, there are all the times now when I find myself coming out unintentionally just because I'm part of the gay employees group. All sorts of people suddenly know that I'm gay, that I never told that I was gay, at least not person to person. And it becomes odd when I feel like I've been treated unfairly at work, and I have to come out to the HR representative to let her know that there could be any number of reasons why somebody was treating me unfairly. And one of those was that I was LGBT. So coming out is a political statement, it's a personal statement, philosophical stance, but it's an important one. And I know it's not easy for everybody because I have parents who've been told, for instance, that being gay is evil or bad or a moral weakness, and it's not. It's just the way you were born and acculturated. So try to come out as much as you can. It does get easier.